Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to another episode of Slow Life Trading. My name is Robert here, and I'm going to be talking to you about something that is unbelievable. In fact, it can almost seem like a waste of time, but it is magic. It is powerful, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you, and I'm going to have to demonstrate it to you, otherwise you won't believe it. So whatever you do, don't cut this video in the middle. You need to see it all the way to the end. And if this is your first time watching me on YouTube, hey, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe, and then tell other people about us. Okay, we're trying to grow this channel. Anyway, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about 1% and how powerful 1% is. Because if you just tell somebody, man, I'm making 1% a day, they're like, okay, so here we go. Here's the question. What is 1%? Okay? Let me give you an example of what it is. If you had $1 and you made 1% on that, you would make 1 cent. Okay? If you had $100, 1% of that would be $1. Okay, that's simple. We know that part. Okay, now, let's put a little bit more higher numbers behind that. Years ago, I used to work at UPS when I was still in school, trying to get my career going. And we got paid every week, okay? And this was back when you used to get a paycheck. Everything wasn't direct deposit. They would give you your paycheck on Fridays as you walk out the door. Well, when we would go out the door, it'd be a van out there that would cash checks for people. And he would charge, I think it was somewhere like 1 or 2%, but for this example, I'm gonna use 1%, okay? He would charge 1%, and our checks would be somewhere around $500, $300, just depends on the person, but for this example, I'm gonna use $500, okay? And you're talking about a whole shift. Now, he was a little bit cheaper than the grocery store up the street, which was Kroger. Because, we worked the night shift. We didn't get out till like 12, 1 o'clock. And, or 11 o'clock maybe. And all your banks are closed. And you couldn't cash your check at night. Well, he was right there to cash our checks. And it would be a long line. And we're talking about a whole shift of the whole UPS, place. 500 people, maybe 1,000 people. Now, all of them wouldn't go to it. Some people had, checking accounts and they wouldn't cash their checks. But a lot of them did, okay? But let me tell you if he was charging 1%, and let's just use this number, and the average check was $500, he was $500, 1% of that is $5, okay? Of course you'll pay it because you want your cash. You'll give him $5 to get 95, okay? But if he was cashing one check, it probably wouldn't be worth it. But if he was cashing 500 checks, that would be 500 times $5, which would be $2,500 in one night, okay? And it's not a loan, people. That wasn't no loan. All he had to do was keep from getting robbed. And he had to carry a lot of cash, because $500 times 500 is like, I don't know, a lot, okay? But evidently he had the money to do it, or he got a loan or whatever, but he would do it. And $2,500 a night. If he done that, we got paid every week, every Friday. If he done that right there, and this was back in the 80s, okay? If he done that right there every month, he made $10,000 a month. And we know that's $120,000. And really it's more than that because it's more than 50 weeks in a year, okay? He was there every week. He had to work probably about 5 hours a night, 1 day a week to make that much, okay? That's awesome. But here's the sweet part, all he was making was 1% on his money. That's it. But he made it every week. Okay, now, just showing you how powerful 1% is. Okay, now, in trading, to make 1%, let me tell you what you would have to do. Now, I'm not a person I'm a seller when I trade. I'm more of a credit spread person when I trade. I'm not really a debit trader. I'm a credit person, which means I take the money in. So if you did $1,000 or a $10 spread, which would be $1,000, okay? And let's say you put that credit spread on for $25. All you need to do to make 1% is to sell this thing at $10, which is gonna be $15 profit, and I'm figuring your commissions would be $5, okay? So that means you would make $10. $10 divided by 1,000 would get you 1%, okay? That's it per day, okay? Now the problem is that if you only have $1,000, that's not so good. But don't fool yourself. Where you start does not have to be where you finish. Because let me just tell you this right quick. In a month, you usually have 4 weeks. Okay? Sometimes it's 4 weeks and 3 days. Sometimes it's 4 weeks and 2 days. And sometimes it's even 19 days. But also sometimes it's 23 days. Okay? So we just gonna say you got 4 weeks. And inside of them 4 weeks, you have 5 days. Okay? So you have 5 times 4 equals 20 trading days. Okay, now, if you have 20 trading days and you trading with as little as 1,000, if you have more than that, people, add more zeros to it to get to the number where you are. Your number could be 10,000. Your number could be 100,000. Your number could be 1,000,000. Okay? But I don't want to leave nobody out. So I'm just going to use 1,000. And you put the zeros to where you are. Okay? Okay. If you make 1% a day on $1,000 and you got 20 days to do it, that's going to give you with $10 a day. Okay? So that'd be $10 a day times 20. You know what that's going to give you in a month? It's going to give you $200. Okay? Now, here's the sweet part. If you can make that 1% a day in those 20 days, and I can teach you how to make it, that means you're going to make 20% a month, okay, on this $1,000, which means you made $200, okay, right here. Now, again, you put the number to what you make or what you start with. If that's $10,000, that could be $2,000. If that's $100,000, that could be $20,000. You do the math for you, for your pocket, okay? But here's the part that I didn't tell you about. If you just did that alone, every month you take the same amount of money, you make 1% a day, in 5 months you would double your money. Because that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right? You would double your money in 5 months, making 1% a day. 1%. Now, after you get a certain amount of money, it's gonna feel like you print money, okay? But here's the sweetest part of all. Not only will you be making 100% in 5 months, okay? When you trade this way, you'll be in and out of the trade in less than 2 hours a day, okay? This is the stuff that I'm teaching at Slow Life Trading. Some of you may think that the classes are expensive, but when I teach you how to make 1% a day, okay, even in this crazy market, and you learn how to make that money if the market goes up, down, or sideways, okay, 1%, $10 on 1,000. In a few years, it would change your life. Now, we use 5 months, okay, and that's without compounding. That's just straight up making 1% a day using the same amount of money, okay? Now, when you get to that, as your money grows, you can grow what you're trading with, okay? But let me just show you this. If you double your money every 5 months, which I just showed you how to do, okay, 200 times 5 will give you 1,000. So I'm showing you how to double your money every 5 months, okay? Now, and then once you get to that 2,000, instead of using 1,000, you use the 2,000, okay? Keep that in mind every 5 months. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 5 months, 10 months, 15 months, 20 months, 25 months, 30 months. 3.5 years. Three and a half years, okay? Now, let's say it takes you a year, 6 months to the year to learn how to do this, okay? But you got it down now. So now you're gonna start doing this with some money you rolled over from your 401k or however you got the money. But let's just say you're gonna start it with 25,000, okay? You done took a year to train, you practice maybe with $1,000, and you figure out how to do this. You done turned that, in that 1 year, you done turned that $1,000 into over $3,000 because every 5 months it doubles, okay? Now, I'm finna show you something here that's gonna blow your mind. So you start with 25,000, okay? In 5 months, you got 50,000. In 10 months, you got 100,000. Remember, it's making the same 1% a day. In 10 months, in 15 months, you got 200,000. In 20 months, you got 400,000. In 25 months, which is 2 years and 1 month, you got 800,000. And in 2.5 years, you got 1,600,000. Okay? Here's the sweetest part of all. Sweetest part of all. You started just learning how to make 1% a day. Okay? 1% a day, guys. People gonna laugh at you. You say, I'm a day trader. I done learned how to trade the market. Well, how much money you making? Oh, about 1%. 1%. That's it. They'll keep on walking. But I'm telling you, I can teach you how to make 1% a day. A day. Give me 1 year and I can teach you how to make 1% a day. Okay? Now, whatever it costs you to learn how to do this, if it's anywhere under 5,000, it's a great, fantastic skill to have. All you need is the internet, some cash, and a brokerage account. And you can do this from anywhere in the world. Okay? It's an awesome thing. You need to check us out on Slow Life Trading. Book a consultation with me, because this stuff that I'm teaching, it took me years to figure it out. And you don't have to be no genius. You don't have to be no hedge fund manager. You don't have to have a Harvard degree. I was a mechanic, people. An automotive mechanic. Okay? I didn't go to college or any of that. I took these seminars that I paid an arm and a leg for. I lost all kinds of money trying to figure this out. But I have figured it out. And now I can teach you how to do the same without stepping through all the landmines that I stepped through. Are you going to step through some of them? Yes. You know why? Because you're going to be hard-headed. That's just life. That's just the way it is. Because once you see that you can make 1%, you're also going to see that you can make more than 1%. And it's going to be hard for you to just take 1%. Okay? But keep in mind, this 1% can make you 20% a month. Okay? 20% a month. You know how crazy that is? But you just got to do it one day at a time, one step at a time. It's not a miracle. It's going to seem like it once you get way down to here. It's going to seem like a miracle, but it's not a miracle. What it is a skill, and it's a skill that you would have learned how to do. And it's simple as making 1% a month, applying some patience and some discipline and some practice. I call them the 3 P's. Practice, patience, and persistence. Okay? You learn them 3 things along with what I'm teaching you at Slow Life Trading, and you can do the same thing. It don't have to be 25,000. I use 25,000 because that gets you over the pattern day trading rule. Okay? But you start where you start, and you take it from there. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I haven't made a video on trading in a while, and I just wanted to hit you guys with something simple. I hope you get this, and I hope to see you in the next class at Slow Life Trading. Peace out, and of course, always keep it slow.